I think in the context of Naruto, most prodigies have Kekkei Genkais. Just typically, like Neji, Haku, Sasuke,
Okay.
and the ones that don't, like Kakashi and Minato, they're like Jonin level at 12. You know, so
Yeah.
like, so there's.
Well, it's that one guy.
I love this guy.
Yeah, go-
He's
go-
hilarious.
He's funny. He's funny as hell.
All right, since we're talking about Kubo and Kishimoto, you know, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to grab clips from other content creators, big content creators, and react to their opinions. We all know who Tony is, so why don't you play his opinion about Naruto?
Me and my brother had a whole argument that Naruto wasn't a prodigy. We had a whole matter of fact, I'm gonna make this a YouTube video. Naruto was 1,000% a prodigy. And if you disagree, it's because you're a dumb guy. It's because you're a dumb, stupid guy and you're dumb.
I disagree. I don't think he. I think Naruto had a lot of potential, but he wasn't prodigious on his way to achieving all of that potential. It took him a lot of hard work to get there.
I agree.
He wasn't picking shit up fast. He wasn't adept at pretty much anything. He just had high reserves and things like that. Basically, when he stepped into his own, he would be him. But he had to work just as hard as anybody else, if not harder.
I would say
feel like-
I think he maybe had a chance to be a prodigy, but the fact that he was failed from Front Street stopped that. I don't think you can look at how he grew up and say he's a prodigy.
Yeah, I think in the context of Naruto, most prodigies have Kekkei Genkais. Just typically, like Neji, Haku, Sasuke,
Okay.
and the ones that don't, like Kakashi and Minato, they're like Jonin level at 12. You know, so
Yeah.
like, so they're like the ones that don't have Kekkei Genkais are damn near Anbu level at like 11. So like, if you're not that, so he's very. I think he is very. He's not a slouch. I think I agree with Miles. A lot of potential, talented, but prodigy. I'm thinking the Obitos, the Sasuke's. You know, people kick at Genkais, or if you don't got no kick at Genkai, you damn near better be Jonin level before you're a teenager, which is what typically it is. So I don't. He's
That
not
would be the bar. Yeah.
So-
what does Leon mean? That's because you're a child of prophecy. That
Child-
doesn't make you a
I
prodigy.
think
Well,
people
I was
confuse
gonna
the
get-
child prophecy and the reincarnation things. Those things did not guarantee him being powerful, like at all.
Yeah, he's more filling a role. But
Yeah.
some of the points that Tony made in his video is that the fact that Naruto, when he becomes as powerful as he does and master all these jutsu, such as Sage Mode, for example, he did it as a teenager, which it reinforces the idea that doing it at such a young age, being as strong as he becomes, and mastering these advanced jutsu as a teenager makes him a prodigy.
So the conflicting thing with Naruto is because like we usually see like with especially in the Narutoverse, if you have like goated parents and stuff like that or a goated bloodline, you have a good chance of being one of them ones. And his mom was the former Jinchuriki. His dad was the fourth Hokage. His mom was also from the Uzumaki clan. So like he was set up for success initially with the big chakra reserves and the bloodline and everything like that. But then he gets nerfed because of all his chakra has to be held to contain the nine-tailed fox. So without the nine-tailed, if he was born without the nine-tailed fox, would he have probably been a prodigy? Probably, because he would have been able to control chakra better at an early age. He would have had better. He probably would have had his parents around, so he probably would have ended up a prodigy. But like he had the skill set for it, but he didn't have. He had the tools for it, but like he was always set up to fail. So I can't really call him a prodigy. He's like a what if prodigy, if anything. But
you know what though? Here's why I don't even know that. Like Hagoromo told Naruto that he didn't get anything from his parents. Like he was like, yeah, like you know, your dad was, your mom was this, but it seems like
we definitely know that Uzumakis they have huge chakra reserves.
No, I will say
lineage, not his parents.
So I would,
mom's an Uzumaki.
Hold on a second. So I would say so the point I'm making is that yeah, he got a lot of chakra, but like as far as like a bunch of like talents, like he didn't get that from his parents. I just think he would have been a dude with like a lot of chakra. A lot of stamina.
Do we tax Naruto for the multi shadow clone? Because without that, like how long does it take him to master a jutsu?
But even the fact that he can do a shadow clone at that young of an age,
is that prodigious?
It is technically because most people usually can do 2 to 3 at a time. Like, yeah, they can do multiple, but in terms to be effective shadow clones, like it's usually 2 to 3 because we know that it splits your chakra in halves. So technically,
Doesn't
I mean, if you want to be nasty, it could be like the fact that
I mean,
he can
but-
do so many.
How I've seen the shadow clone jutsu is once you're able to make the first one, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to make any more. It would just be dependent on your reserves. But it took him a long time to master that jutsu. I think he failed the exam 3 times because of that jutsu alone. So I don't think that jutsu should be like.
Well, that's a different clone jutsu. That's just a regular like energy
but-
clone. It's not like a shadow clone.
Hmm.
The shadow clones are forbidden jutsu. Remember?
I think it's important
Either
to look
way.
at. I think it's important to look at in the context of the series. So, like in context of the series, he's not portrayed as a prodigy at all. Like, I think that we see what prodigies are in Naruto, and yes, I think if we're just taking him in a vacuum, he learned a crazy jutsu. In the vacuum, he's a Rasengan. But then you pick him out that vacuum and put him in his story. I don't think he's really a prodigy at all.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I understand the sexy jutsu is a gag, but the fact, how do you feel the fact that he was able to make that? Do we count that at all?
I mean,
I'm just asking the question.
No, I got you.
Transformation jutsu is basic though.
Yeah, that's just. I think it's just.
It's more like the Rasengan and the shadow clone is like the better arguments for that.
Took a lot of
Just
work.
asking the question.
Hey, Konohamaru's sexy jutsu is ugly.